What's up, everybody? Saturday night. We are back again on a Saturday. Hope y'all doing good out there. I have nothing planned for tonight. A little bit of acoustic, a song of the week, and then after that, I don't know. But everyone's doing good out there. Well, we had Dan Vitti said he's going to wait for 21 hours, man. Shoot, that's dedication. They said, okay, maybe I'll just practice. That's good, man. Pell was ready. He's at T-minus 21. He was in the bullpen waiting. Ju G doing good. How about you tonight? She says, "Will we get to hear some now?" Yes, indeed. We'll be cranking out a little bit. I got a couple old songs that I was able to play the nylon on. So didn't write a nylon song of the week, but a metal song of the week. Chris Arsenault, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Gloria says, "I didn't realize it was 9 already." Shoot, I know the day is gone just like that. It's like we woke up and here we are. Unbelievable. Good to see you, though. Stardust in the house. Lisa Anderson, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Ken Kramer, how's it going, buddy? If I said he's here for class, sir. I ain't teaching tonight. We just preaching. How about that? Gloria said, I wouldn't even leave my house today. So I know, for real. We went out yesterday and it was just like, by the time we got home, I felt like I was a melted snow cone, and I was just like so out of it. I couldn't even move. I was just like, let me just sit on the couch. We just sat on the couch the rest of the night. It's unbelievable. And then today, yeah, we went out really just to the gas station and then over to get some lunch, and it was like, I mean, it was so freaking out. The ambient temperature, in my car said 100 the whole time we were gone. 100. I was like, my God, man. Carlos said, it's hot as hell there in Texas, too. He's waiting for the shred. Oh, we got you there. CBD, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. I appreciate that very, very much, man. Thank you. Oh. Ice cream. We buy these, they're called concrete mixers from the place we go called Culver's, and we save the mixers for later because they're delicious, like a treat. I get vanilla with peanut butter and marshmallow. That's insane. Lisa says, hopefully you're having a blessed Memorial Day weekend. Thank you, Lisa. Absolutely. So far, so good. Tomorrow, I got the Monaco Grand Prix to watch and maybe a little bit of the Indy 500. But then I have to work on Monday, sort of. I'm on call starting next week with my job, so that's when things start to. It's like, so I don't think I'll be streaming at all next week, to be honest. They've changed the policies once again, and might not be a streaming week. We shall see, though. We shall see. I don't think I'll schedule anything, but I might try and sneak on at nighttime. We'll see. All right, we got to get some tunes rolling here. I got to warm up. I barely got any warm up. Let me see. I have no tunes planned, so I'm just going to go look around and see what we can find here. Let me see what this is. This one's a nice little intro warm up. Starting to feel it, starting to feel it. That's a nice little play. Let's see what we got else here. Oh man, a lot of songs we got to get through. I got to make 2 weeks worth of videos with all these songs tonight, so we got to play a bunch. Oh, let's see. Derail's in the house. Happy Saturday, Derail. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you, Derail. Gloria said, a week? What? A week with the stream like is like a junkie without crack. Fat kid without his cake and a Mexican without his chamoy. What are you going to do to use? I know, Gloria. Yeah, it sucks. Every 8th week I have to go on calls on like 24/7 service availability for any outages that someone may have across the country. Usually it's pretty chill. The weird part of it is as soon as I try to do one thing, you know, if I just sit around and do nothing happens. But the minute I go, you know what, let me go out to my car and maybe drive to the mailbox. As soon as I do that, I get a phone call happens. Out of nowhere. It's like bizarre. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. But if I just sit there and do nothing happens. So that's why I'm like, well, let's see if I don't schedule anything, but I just jump on. So it'll be around the same time, 10 o'clock. I might just jump on and see what happens. When unfortunately, like, something happens, I gotta just kill the whole stream like that. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna try. We'll try for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See what goes on. But the weekend's probably gonna be shot, unfortunately. But we shall see. We shall see. Ken Kramer, how's it going, buddy? It's good to see you there. Darrell said he likes the guitar, man. Yes, that's my newest one. That's the classical guitar, Darrell. It's a beauty, man. It plays wonderful. It sounds great. We're going to be playing it a little bit later. That is for sure. That is for sure. And Darrell says he's doing good. Bruno Gino, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's been a minute. Hope you've been well. Well, it's great to see you hanging with us tonight. Indy's in the house. Good to see you, Indy. I don't know if Indy heard my story, but yeah, I was going to go on Indy's show yesterday. Or I planned to, let's say that. But by the time we got home last night, it was so freaking hot out all day. I was just drained. I could barely think, do anything. All I want to do is sit on the couch. So that's what happened. So I'm sorry, Indy, but I will make it up to you. We'll get on there. We'll get back on there for sure. It won't be next weekend, but hopefully the weekend after. My God, it's hot. If you live in Florida, it's like it's preheating right now. It's like you think it's like we live on the equator. It's so hot. Unbelievable. But we are, living in the AC basically. As long as you can get from AC air conditioning to air conditioning, you'll probably be okay. You'll probably be okay. What is this song? I haven't played this in a million years. Okay, wow. This is like the original shred intro song. Let's give it a shot, man. It's been a while. goodie right there. Sheesh, that's funny. All right, let's see what we got. Trying to run down the list of my of all of my intro type songs. We'll see what's cooking. Darrell says, Rick, Creed is on tour with Seven Dust. Man, that sounds like a big show. Seven Dust still crushes, man. I know I've never got into Creed too much, but man, Seven Dust though. Seven Dust, man, that'd be a heavy jam. Jimmy, what's up, dude? Oh man, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. If you see the name Engineer, this is our buddy Jimmy. He's the engineer he's the best engineer I've ever met, man. He's a great dude, amazing. He knows how to get sounds like on sounds, man. But it's great to see you, buddy. He says, Sick Jackson, thank you, brother. I had this one during the War of Thrones days. This is that old purple one, yeah. This is probably my main Jackson I've used forever. I do have 4 more of these, though, hiding in cases. But it's great to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing good, man. And he says, please make sure you're subscribed, share this out, and shred the like. Absolutely, absolutely. Judy says, I really expect Rick to have 19-inch pythons, which I know, right? They get crazy. We strong. So strong. Charles Bowman says, Rick, how you doing, brother? I'm doing great. So I'm working a Saturday night shift supervising these losers, but also listening to you making my time go fast. There you go, Charles. That's how you do it, brother. That's how you do it, man. Awesome, awesome. Nikki Lynn in the house. How you doing, Nikki? It's great to see you. I'm doing great today. It's been a pretty chill day, other than the hour. We were only out for 30 minutes, and it was like so hot outside. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Darrell. CBD says, you're blowing me mind, lad. Thanks for jamming this evening. You're welcome, CBD. Thanks for hanging with us. Edward Nugent, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hope you are well. Good to see you. Yeah, we're starting to heat up now. Let's see. What was this one? I haven't played this one in a while. Oh, there you go. I know Stardust think this is like an intro to a soap opera back in the days. But I was an avid soap opera watcher when I was a kid. It's what I practiced to, along with my metronome. My metronome would be going, and I'd be watching like at least 4 hours worth of soap operas when I was a kid. Because man, that was all the TV that was on. But this was one of them. Now let's go with this one. call that soap opera. Afternoon soap opera. There you go. That's a nice one to play, honestly. George Kaplan, what's up, buddy? Good to see you there. Bruno, I'm doing great, man. He said it's 3 a.m. for him. I feel that. Ed Bradley, yo, what up, dude? What's going on, man? Gloria said, Rick, a soap opera watcher? I would have never guessed it. You couldn't get me to watch any of them for 5 minutes. I'll deal with good enough drama and terrible love stories in real life. I feel you. I was a 15-year-old kid, and then my mom would record all the. Essentially, my mom would record everything. She had to work, but she would record all the soap operas, so I had to watch them. And it was like 4 hours worth. But we watched General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, One Life to Live, and I can't think of the fourth one right now. But we used to watch all these ones. But yeah, that's all I did. I just sat there. I was mindlessly playing guitar with my metronome and just watching this. Now, there were some cute girls when I was a kid. I saw some of the girls I thought were cute, so that kept me busy, kept me interested for sure. But beyond that, yeah. And some of the stories I got into, there were some funny stories. But Days of Our Lives was probably my favorite of all of them, honestly. Judy says some of them were funny and entertaining. Yeah, for sure. I know. I like I said, that Days of Our Lives was my jam. I got pretty into that one for a long while. There you go, Indy. Judy says, like Dallas, all those Texans going around calling each other hussies. I know, right? Judy said Passions. I remember that one. I don't remember watching it too much, but I remember that show on TV for sure. Gloria said my mother would play endless Law and Order. Drove me nuts. Oh yeah, my mom loved that show. L.A. Law and Order. We watched all that too. Oh my gosh. But like I said, I was mostly just like staring at it and playing my guitar at the same time, just doing mindless exercises for hours and hours. But it worked. I know my mom got really tired of hearing that metronome, like click, 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 all night, all day, all night, click, 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 click. I had to do it. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on, one more. What's this one? All right, let's do this one. And this should be pretty warmed up. We should be pretty warmed up by this one. right. That is good. That is good. We are fully warmed up and ready to rock. And see what else comes. We'll see what else we can do tonight. Let's see. Stu Petty in the house. How's it going, Stu? Good to see you, my man. Chloe says, I bet your mother be proud. You became a great... Thank you. Yeah, she's very proud. She's still waiting for me to buy her a house in Malibu. I'm still working on that. But otherwise, yes, very proud. Very happy. It's funny, she texted me the other night. She goes, you'll never believe this. The painter that came to do paint my walls or whatever, I showed him a video, and he said, he's seen me. He saw you on Facebook. I was like, really? I was like, wow, that's amazing. Because I was like, well, I think I have about 4 million views on Facebook now. He's like, that's 4 million people saw me, so you never know. You never know. But that's pretty cool. But she likes that. She likes that. She's very happy. But yeah, still not rich. Still not rich like she wanted. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks, Bruno. Juji, there you go. Noble in the house. What's up, Noble? Bruno, he says, Donald James in the house. What's up, Donald? Good to see you, brother. CBD, thank you so much, my man. Juji says, welcome in, everybody. Donald says, you doing the do. And he's doing a rock star. Zero. Now, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, this is the special do. I got lucky. We're doing our grocery shopping on Wednesday, or making the order for Wednesday, and the grocery store had these again, this Cabo Citrus, this orange. And on top of that was buy two, get two free. I was like, oh, shoot, man, why? So we got I got two cases of this Cabo Citrus. We get some classic Pepsi, the sugar Pepsi, what's it called? Pepsi throwback, essentially, and then some root beer. I hadn't had root beer in a while. Thank you, George. I appreciate that, my man. I think we're definitely warmed up now. So what do you know? I don't know what to play. I know I'm going to play Storm Rider. I'm trying to get a good cut of Storm Rider to post on YouTube here. I always seem to mess up somewhere. So we'll try Storm Rider for sure. Let's see. Got the new song of the week. Now probably in an hour, about the last 30 minutes, we'll do acoustic stuff. Let's see. So if there's any requests out of my catalogs, that means any songs that you know that I play, if you know of one that you want to hear, we could probably throw it down. So that means anything. Voltage, Victory, Shadows, Thrones of Obsidian, the blues song, a Requiem for a Dream, a Requiem for the Lost, that is. We got a lot of stuff. So we'll probably do a couple originals here. Let's see what we got. We haven't played... I don't think we played Destiny's Call in a minute. So let's play Destiny's Call. That's always a nice one. I know we got some vocal tunes too. We got some War of Thrones stuff. We got some Leash Lost stuff, I believe. We got some album stuff. So we'll see. Let's do Destiny's Call first and foremost. It's a nice album warm up. Let's see what we can do. forgot when that solo ended. That's a good one. That's fun. I like that progression. You could probably just keep going on forever on that one for sure. But it must stop sometimes. All right. All right, looks like we got some more comments. I gotta catch up. All right, here was Donald. Stu Petty says, have you tried the Mountain Dew Mango? I have not. I've been looking to try it, man. I'm not the greatest fan of Little Caesars. They did have something that was pretty good. It was like a pretzel, cheddar stuffed crust pretzel pizza or something like that. Man, it was salty though. My gosh. Donald knows over 50K. Yes, sir. Yeah, last night or was it Thursday night? Yeah, we popped off on Thursday. It was a really big show on Thursday. So yeah, I think we got almost 500 subscribers just on Thursday. Almost 500 on Thursday. It's pretty insane. So we're on our way. Next stop, 100,000. It's gonna take a minute, but we'll see. You never know. YouTube crazy. YouTube could just drop 40,000 on me, you know, I'll go get a video that goes gangbusters and you just never know. So we keep trying, we keep working. That's all we can do. Work and have fun at it. Feisty knows Susan Lucci. Don, you like them Italians, huh, Feisty? Yeah, Susan Lucci. Yeah, Susan Lucci was like always the actress of the year, man. At the Tony Awards or whatever that was, every year, man. Susan Lucci. Oh wait, she always lost every year, isn't that right? Like she never won for like the longest time. That's crazy. Gloria says, can't wait till Rick hits 100K. I know, we're looking for it. We're trying. We're going to keep trying. Never going to stop. Indy says, shout out Rick with a super chat or a super sticker. Always good, always cool. Don says, he's not bad. He feel good just getting out of the house. I hear you, man. We feel good just staying inside the house because it's so hot out here, man. It's unbelievable. Feist a confident march to war. There you go, man. Thank you, Edward. Edward, I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, Indy. Juji, thank you. Feist says, Susan Lucci, General Hospital, his first crush. Was she on General Hospital? I thought she was all my children. I can't remember, man. I can't remember. I don't think she was on General Hospital, though. No, I don't recall her on there. I don't remember. It's been a long time. All I remember is Luke and Laura from General Hospital. That was all they went on, man. And Feist says, how about call this new Gene classy metal? There you go. Jerome Papazion, bonjour. And merci, Jerome. Good to see you, buddy. Bruno says, I don't translate everything, but I'm happy to be with you. There you go, Bruno. That's the most important thing. Appreciate that. Judy says she's not a fan on soda, but love the blood red orange San Pellegrinos. Those are nice. That's a sparkling water, right? Gotta love that. Don says, anyone who's a musician has to appreciate you. I appreciate that, man. Jerome says, I love this movie, Amadeus, and also Once Upon a Time in America. Those are some great movies, yeah. All right, I thought so, Feisty, yeah. Because we watched some All My Children back in the day, man. God, it's stupid how much we watched. It was like every day. It was on every day, you know, except for the weekends, of course. So every day we were watching my mom's soap operas. Like I said, I started to latch on that Days of Our Lives, though, for real. T-Bird said, I love the full screen. Yeah, it's much more, it's cooler, you know, but yeah. The YouTube doesn't push this version of this type of live stream, unfortunately. It's a bring your own audience, just like Twitch or anywhere, but it's fine by me. I like it because it helps me. I can cut my videos for the week. It's nice. I get a real nice, clean view, and my camera. I think my 4K camera that I use for this is better, or it's comparable. It's probably as good as my iPhone one. This one's a little better though, because it's a real camera. But iPhone ain't no slouch neither. That's for sure. All right, let's see. What is this song? Whoa. Okay. I don't know. I do not even know what that is. That was something weird. Let's see. Juji said her first question was, you called that was Roland Orzabal from, what's that? Shout, let it all out. What's that name of that band? I can't think of the name of the band right now. But I know the dude, and I know the song. What's the name of that band? Oh my God, I'm stupid. They did Shout, Shout, Let It All Out, and Who Wants to Rule the World. Wow, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the band name right now. And Stardust, when I watch these comedy, or these what do you call them? Trivia shows, like all the time. What was that name of that band? T-Bird says he can't see the Marsnall. I know, right? Marsnall got the power, man. You got to have the Marsnall, but yeah. Tears for Fears. Wow, how can I think of that? That's so much in my brain. But I knew who Roland Orzabal was, though. I knew who that was. All right, let's see. I know, Tears for Fears. I heard you. Stardust is yelling Tears for Fears to me, and I know. Now I know. I can't remember it. Don says, yeah, you got it right, George. That's the one. Don says, improvise for us. Just throw something out there. I never know what to do, man. Used to have, when I was a kid, I always had like a guitar solo. You know, you have that cool guitar solo. I used to be able to write like, you know, those big guitar solos for like, you know, if you were playing in a band and like, all right, here's the guitar solo time, and you'd like have this cool solo and stuff. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. All right, Bruno, have a great one, buddy. It's great to see you. Hope you have a wonderful week as well, my man. Oh yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid. You know, I had that big guitar solo, and there was always these guitar contests and guitar awards and stuff. So you'd have all your solos ready to go. I just haven't gotten it like that in a long time. All right, let's see if I can pull this off, man. I'll try this Storm Rider. See if I can get this Storm Rider down. One time near perfect. Let's go. Make sure everything's set. Take a hit. Take 2 hits. Okay. All right, we're gonna try Storm Rider. Perfect cut. Let's try. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't get taken away by the spirit here, because I usually get so lost in this song. Let's try it. think I did it. I think I did it, everybody. Oh my gosh. That was pretty good. It wasn't 100, but it was like 99.9. It was. I think I might use that. I think I might use that for sure. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right. Thank gosh. All right. Let's see. Dan Vitti said he's been practicing a lot recently. You got me inspired. Like, that's great, Dan. That's what I like to hear and see and hear, man. That's very good, man. I think, you know, and if I inspire you, I got people that inspire me on top of that, man. So that's for sure, brother. I appreciate that, man. You keep working, keep having fun with that, man, and you shall get there. So Don said, I can hear Stardust on the background. Stardust can elevate her voice. Let's say that very well. I'm a soft talker, and she's all like, what? Crazy. Judy said, Jordan knows. Tears for Fears. There you go. All right, Bruno, good to see. Donald says he loves the delay effect. Heck yeah, man. If you're using, I'll show it to you again, man. If you're using, let me see if I can show it to you, Donald. I don't know if you use computer, if you use plugins and stuff like that, but I'll show you what I use here. Where's it at? So this is like a really, really cool effect. This is I'll show it to you here. This is Chris Lord-Alge. Or as you can see, this is Wave. This is a Waves plugin, and this is the Chris Lord-Alge from the Chris Lord-Alge collection, and this is called Chris Lord-Alge Guitar. And this is amazing. The dude's one of the biggest genius producers out there. The dude's like produced like U2 and all kinds of big, huge bands in the world. And this is where I get my delay and reverb from. I use a club reverb. And I keep it pretty evened out, and I use a quarter note delay, and I keep that maybe just a 1.5 decibels above 0. The reverb is like right at 0, so I don't get too much. And then this is, I use a little compression. It's got a push compression in here, and I've got just a little bit of bass 3/4 and a little bit of negative 1.9 treble, and I got it on a sub bass setting, and the treble's got a bite to it, a bite setting. It's pretty cool. But you can hear if I turn that off. That's with nothing. This is right here is just amplitude 5. And I turn this on. You get the magic, man. Plugins are insane. The things we can do with these plugins are highly insane, but there you go. That's exactly what I use for my delays and stuff. If anyone wanted a close look of it, let's see. Indy's got a link to my Sweetwater page if you're interested in the stuff that I do use, aside from the guitars that I have. Everything that I use is on that page. There's a couple of things I put on like alternatives for lower prices and stuff like that. Does the same thing, but it's a little lower price. So, but if you have any questions about that stuff, you're interested in it, by all means, let me know in a comment somewhere. I will respond to that as quickly as possible for you. Let's see. There you go, CBD. Thank you, brother. Juji's, no, that's fire. Thank you so much. Don said, that's a real life Crossroads battle there. You know that's right. Dan VDS, what flavor you got there? Well, this is, well, it depends on what flavor. I got 2 flavors. This Mountain Dew is called Baja Cabo Citrus. It's like it's kind of like orangish, like if you ever had Live Wire, it's kind of like Live Wire, but it's a little bit less than that. And this is like my vape is like a blow pop. It's called, what is it called? Yeah, bee pop. So it tastes like kind of like a cherry blow pop, which I do like. They're out of my grape, which is my favorite. Jerome says, amazing tea, amazing feeling, amazing. Thank you, Jerome. Very, very much, man. Juji says he's going to have some ice cream tomorrow for sure. There you go. Glory Award, there you go. Member for 1 month, that's awesome. She says, hit that like and subscribe button, everyone. That's, you know what's up. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Stu. Let's see. Indy, thank you so much. If I said I never get an ad during the talking part. I know, right? And I keep it like conservative. I don't even like. I turn everything. I don't think I even monetize this stream, honestly. But I keep, yeah. I think I monetize it at like the lowest possible levels, you know, because you never know. One day, one of these streams could take off and get 1 million views. Probably not, but you know, wishful thinking. Never know. Never know. Yeah, YouTube acting weird. Yeah, I've seen some. YouTube does some weird videos. Cause I do have an account that doesn't have YouTube Premium on it, and I'll rewatch my streams, and it'll be like, it'll hit that commercial like the weirdest spots. I'm like, why would you do a commercial right there? But yeah, YouTube's pushing them ads hard these days. If you don't have the Premium or some sort of a ad blocker thingy, I get you, man. I get you. Dan says, I mean, if anything, just makes me want to skip even faster. So YouTube, you played yourself. I know, right? Yeah, it's true, man. Everyone skips it. I would skip it. Okay, Don says, I have a delay also. I just like yours. He's got the cheap plugins, the free ones. I feel that, man. I feel that. These are like, you can, I mean, let me see. I don't know how much these are now. Usually like 30, maybe 30 or 40 bucks. Let me see. I haven't seen it in a while. Waves, CLA, guitar. I have it on my page, I think. Yeah, it's $34.99 right now, Donald. So $34.99 for that plugin, and it comes from that Chris. The whole collection's 99 bucks. But if you don't need, I have the whole collection for like bass, drums, guitars, vocals, and effects and stuff. But yeah, if you don't need all that stuff, $34.99 get you in and out of there, man. Dan says, that's actually dope. I've only ever used effects pedals. Gotta look into plugins. Yeah, I think plugins are the way to go anymore. I mean, it's nice to have an amp. I love having an amp. And when I go live, I love playing through my amps. But yeah, the world's changed quite a bit, man, unfortunately. And I bought the Tonex pedal the other day. Talked to my Sweetwater rep. He got me hooked up. But yeah, the Tonex pedal is basically my thing that I use here, but it's all in a pedal. So I'm thinking I can use that if I need to go somewhere fast and I can't have cabinets and amps. I can just plug that right into the PA system. I'm pretty good. George said, it's a great tone, man. That balance of warmth and definition is tough to get right. I know, right? Donald, no, I don't have my own promo code for that. Let me see. If you just buy something, I get a commission off it. Let me see what did I have. I can't find Indy's link now. Where did he put that? I don't know. Yeah, if you buy anything from the Sweetwater page, yeah, I do get a small commission from that. But yeah, if you need to get it just like straight through Waves, yeah, 34 bucks. But I think you could get that. Vice says, are you a conspiracy? I am not personally, no. I like to watch those kind of videos. But oh wait. But I take them all with a grain of salt, that's for sure. That's for sure. George said, no, that had to be perfect. It was pretty close. I think I made one tiny little error, but it was so small no one would notice. Even myself was like, well, that was not bad. That was not bad. Thank you, Donald. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Ju G. I think I forgot. T-Bird said we had agreed to install a few cameras with a DVR, but she hired a Vivint to install a full system and door sensors. We'll notify the cops if the system ends. Dang, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I can't find that link. I don't even know. I think you know what? I'm stupid. I have it on my notepad here. Let me look for you, Donald. Let me check the Sweetwater page real quick, because I'm pretty sure I put all that, but I might have put the whole collection. I'm not sure. Let me see. If at all. Yeah, I don't think it's on this page, bro. I don't think the Sweetwater even sells those plugins, honestly. You got to get them straight through Waves. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the entire collection. Okay, it's at the bottom there. So, yeah, they didn't put the whole, they put the whole collection, not just the one plugin, Donald. So you might be able to play around and find it on here, but I don't care. I don't care about commissions for that. It's no big deal. I just want people to know that's what I use. So, but yeah, you might be able to play around a little bit and find that direct plugin if Sweetwater is where you want to go. Otherwise, you can just go to waves.com and get it from there too. Oh, Stu asked if I had a nicotine. Yeah, I only do nicotine, but I haven't touched the THC stuff since 2011, January 2011 to be exact. I can tell you that. Not my stuff no more. Not my stuff. There you go, Don. See, that's not bad. It's a payday buy indeed. Yeah, $34. That's not too shabby, man. But yeah, Donald, I would say go to Waves, waves.com, waves.com, and get it from there. Just buy it direct from them. Because I don't think you need all the other stuff, honestly. Let's see. Don says he heard Brody play through his phone mic. You can tell the difference. Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah, when you play through because like him and who else? Abby and I think I think Luke Ashdown both. They all have just play right through the phone. So they got an amp going on. And it's just playing right to the phone microphone. So it's not the greatest audio quality, unfortunately. But Brody's family's in the process of moving, and Donald, once he's moved and all settled in, we're gonna get him set up with the kind of way that me and Tyler do it. So he goes through his laptop, and so it goes straight to YouTube and not through his phone, as far as that goes. So, yeah. So he'll be sounding a whole lot better once they get all moved and stuff like that. But yeah, me and Brody tried to do the side by side stream, and it was like impossible. It's like the stream couldn't even handle it, unfortunately. But we'll get him set up. Okay, there's Indy got the link again just in case. Highland Doug, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Don says, I think you should try it out for 72 hours or something, then after you have to buy it. Oh, yeah, I think there might be, if you go to waves.com, I think you can get a trial for it if you want to play with it. Necronomicon, what's up, dude? He said, what's up, Rick? Play some Pantera, buddy. Pantera. We might. I only know a couple of riffs, man. Charles said THC seems to be different from the 90s, early 2000s. I don't know. I mean, yeah, back in the day, yeah, there was some pretty wild good stuff, man. But it smells terrible around. There's people around here that smoke it, man. It smells terrible to me. It's like disgusting. I'm like, oh, it's like worse than cigarette smoke. That's good. It smells so bad, I don't even want to touch it. Let's see. Necronomicon, what you got? How about this one? Domination. All right, see how Doug. You say he's doing good. I'm doing good too, Doug. Good to see you, man. Hope you've been well. Otherwise, having a great weekend so far. Let's see. All right, I was gonna do this one. I haven't played this one in a while. I was looking for all kinds of weird stuff to play here. Let's try it out. Wow. I forgot I had a 4 count, man. That's an old one too, but I like that one. I think I got another one I haven't played in a while. Where is that? It's called Song 9. So many songs. I have so many songs now. Like 100. There's like 100 songs in here. And it's out of control. Oh, where's that one? Man. Maybe it's this one? Okay, it's that one. All right, we'll do that one next. Oh, let's see. Rayco, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. Donald says that's a good sweep right there, Rick. There you go, for that leg. There you go, man. That's a fun one. George says, Epic. What's the title? What is the title of this one? That's a great question, dude. I think it was called Lies. Okay, Lies and Prophecy. That was that last song. Lies and Prophecy. That's a cool one. Yeah, I used to have vocals on it. I got a vocal version of that too somewhere in my archives that Wade sang. Oh, it's pretty sweet. Stu, yeah, my album is on Amazon Music. Absolutely, buddy. Yep, Amazon, iTunes, and then pretty much everywhere else except Spotify and Tidal. I didn't put my stuff on Spotify or Tidal. So useless. Donald's feeling that title. There you go, man. Yeah, that's a cool one. Cool song. I have to dig up the vocal version of it. That was when I moved to Clearwater in 2011 or 2010 actually, and I was working with Wade Black. We were trying to get a band together. We probably wrote like 30, 40 songs, and we narrowed it down to like 11 at the end of it all. But yeah, I had a bunch of music that we just didn't use, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll use it. I don't care. All right, let's see. Yeah, I won't play this one yet. Let's think of another one here. What do we got? About 17 minutes to go. All right, I guess we'll just go ahead and do the song of the week now. Might as well get that out of the way. And I wanted to play Dockin'. I wanted to try and get that Dockin' In My Dream solo perfected on video for once. So this is the song of the week. Yeah, it's another feisty. That was actually G minor, that one, but close. A minor if you're not tuned down a whole step. But yeah, it's a G for me. You're welcome, Stu. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's see. The new song of the week. It was a pretty slapdash together jam. It's just bass, guitar, and drums. It really didn't need any keyboards. It was mostly gonna. It sounds like a vocal track to me. If I had my druthers, it's very vocal orientated, oriented. That's heavy. It's a heavy jam though. It's been easier. I actually found this riff, the very first riff. I found it on my phone. Like we were doing something last night, and an app opened up on my phone, and it had all these like weird little recordings that I had on there. I was like, oh, what is this stuff? Started listening to it. I found this the very first riff of this song. I found it. I was like, oh, that sounds like something cool. I was like, what the heck? Let me try and write a song of that because I already had one riff in mind, and I wrote the rest of the riffs today, and like the solo section, all that stuff. So I think it's in a F sharp minor. Let's give it a try. I have no idea. I didn't get to play it at all once. I just wrote it, and that was it. So we'll see how it turns out. Well, for all intents and purposes, this is called 05/24/25. Today's date, 05/24/25. That's the title. Okay, a little more fast. It's a little faster than this one. very vocal-driven song, I think, really, in all reality. But that's what I came up with today. That's what I came up with today. Oh, let's see. T-Bird knows docking rhymes with docking. You know that. Docking rhymes with rocking. It is. All right, Highland Doug, have a good one, buddy. No worries, buddy. We'll be playing for about another 40 minutes here. Don says, yeah, it looks like a minor. I have to remember everything tuned down. Yeah, I know, right? So if I'm playing this chord, which looks like an A, it's on the A note, it's actually a G, for sure. There you go, Indy. Indy's got the link to the Fourth Wall Shop, Rick Renstrom merchandise store. If you're into t-shirts and stuff like that, we got all kinds of goodies. If you're interested, we appreciate it. I got my Voltage shirt and my Speeders shirt in the mail yesterday out of nowhere. I'll tell you, does anyone get UPS recently? They're weird, man. Like this dude, like literally knocked so light on the door, I could barely hear it. It's like dang near, it's like almost 9 o'clock, and all I get is tap, 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 tap. I'm like, who the hell is that? At 8:30 or whatever. And sure enough, it was UPS. They did the same thing when they dropped off my acoustic guitar. It was like, they kept switching the time, so I had to get up early. I was sitting there on the couch, and I was tap, 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 tap. Like, I was like, was that the door or what? I don't know. UPS weird these days. T-Bird said, if that ride cymbal played a 16 note, it would sound like the beginning of Too Many Puppies. I never heard that song, man. I think this was like the dude, some of the drum beats I used for this was the guy from Nocturnal Rites did something for Superior Drummer 3, or and yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I make the beats up. Sometimes I find the beats. They're already written. Don says, I haven't heard that for a song in a minute. Oh, Too Many Puppies? I never heard it in my life. There you go, Chris. T-Bird knows Primus rocks. Yeah, Les Claypool's insane, dude. Yeah, what was that? People don't know, man. Larry Lalonde, the guitar player of Primus, he played in the band called Possessed, which was like one of the first. Pretty much, it was almost death metal, but it was still more thrash metal. They were like super close to like death metal. And yeah, Larry Lalonde was in Possession, and then he went to Primus. Talk about a switch. He did a lot better. He did a lot more good with Primus, that's for sure. If I says might make right, you know that, right? Stu says, UPS drops my stuff off in the driveway. Ouch, man. Don says he lives in a neighborhood where people steer packages from porches. So we got cameras. You got to have them, man. Chris says the new George Lynch with the Voodoo Wise Guys. I haven't heard that yet. I haven't heard that at all. The last thing I heard George Lynch do was a little bit of that Lynch, Sweet Lynch thing. And then the one I like the most is Dirty Shirley with Dino Jalusic singing. That one's that's a really, really good record. It's really cool. But, yeah, I haven't heard any new. I keep seeing George Lynch pop up on my feed. Like he's been doing stuff lately, doing concerts. George says he only recently learned that Joe Satriani taught Larry. Really? I did. Now that's something I did not know. That's cool, man. It doesn't even show. Larry is sick, man. But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, what Joe taught Kurt. I only knew of Joe teaching Kirk Hammett and Steve Vai. Those are like the two biggest ones. I didn't know about Larry. That's very cool, George. That's news to me. Larry is sick. He killed it on that Possessed album too. The Seven Churches album is probably one of the best thrash metal albums in back in the '80s. Man, that thing was insane sounding. And then yeah, to do that and then go play with Primus, a completely different way, man. Cletus and Clovis, he says, had a tasty Mr. Scary feel. The End Machine was awesome, George Lynch. There you go. I was listening to the George Lynch solo, Mr. Scary on the Beast from the East. That was popped up on my drive the other day. I was like, man, that's such a good one. Stu says, you see George's girlfriend? I have not. Knowing George, he probably got someone. I know his daughter's married to Richie from Judas Priest now. That's pretty wild. Be like, man, your father-in-law is George Lynch. How cool would that be? Oh yeah, we found some crazy. Yeah, there's some crazy new bugles out there. I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch bugles. I'm like looking forward to that. I forgot what kind of Stardust got something. I forgot what she got. She got something wild. Donald says, who taught Alex Skolnick with this? It might have been actually, but that I'm not sure of either. I'm not sure. I thought Alex was like a Berkeley grad or something. That guy can play some jazz like crazy. Oh, I see. If I says might makes right is the song title. That's interesting. It's kind of mighty for sure. I was making up some weird lyrics to it though. I don't remember what they were. All right, let me see. Where's that docking at? Let me try this out, man. I'm trying to get a good cut of this. I like to post this. All right, let me make sure I got this right. Let's give it a try. I think I got the solo part right. I think I got it right. I messed up maybe one note. I can deal with that. Let's see. T-Bird said, you just ran that Giacomo controversy. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, dude. In case no one knows, Giacomo, this guy named Giacomo Torra, he basically was stealing like guitar solos from like smaller creators, creators that maybe had a couple, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, or whatever, like really, really good guitar players. And this guy would like steal, he would copy the solos like exact. And I guess he would do it in such a way, it was like he wasn't even really playing it. It was just pretty, like he like slowed it down. He'd play the songs like slowed down, and then he would speed everything back up so it sounded just like the person playing it. He would post it on his channel, which he had a couple 100,000 subscribers, and get millions of views for this stuff. And on top of that, he would have it transcribed, and he was selling the transcriptions on his Patreon page. And he did this to probably like 5 or 6 different guitar players. I would have loved to see him try and do my stuff. That would have been nice. But he couldn't. I don't think he could. It got to the point he was getting really big, and even Rick Beato was going to have him on his show. And when he played, Rick Beato said he couldn't play very well at all. Like he wasn't, he said he wasn't up to the standards of the Rick Beato show. I was like, youch. So now this guy's under huge controversy. He's like losing followers left and right, man. He's pretty much canceled at this point, sadly. You know, it's sad that someone has to go that route, which is terrible, man. So, but you know, you get what you get, man. You come out and try and steal some stuff from somebody, and then it's gonna come back to you, man. It's gonna come back. See, Cletus wants to know if you remember the band Crimson Glory. Do I remember the band Crimson Glory? I absolutely do, my friends. I absolutely do. I love Crimson Glory. I saw Crimson Glory play in 1989 or 90. I cannot remember. They played at the Akron Agora. It was probably one of the most insane things I ever saw in my life. We loved Crimson Glory. We played a ton of Crimson Glory. We were so Crimson Glory crazy that we figured out all that weird text, what that text meant on the back of the album. Like we figured out, we cracked the code and found all the weird letters, and we had it all written out. It was insane. And I got to meet everyone except for Midnight at this show. And Ben Jackson was probably the one I got close to the most. And I've known Ben Jackson personally for probably 20 plus years now. He is super cool. But yeah, I love Crimson Glory. And on top of that, the Crimson, when Midnight passed away, or actually he didn't pass away, he quit. He quit singing because he had an alcohol problem. They hired a singer named Wade Black to do their follow-up to Transcendence. And Wade Black and I, he sang in Leash Law Band, and he sang in War of Thrones Band, and he also sang on my solo album. So yeah, I'm very connected to Crimson Glory, guys. I love Crimson Glory. My favorite song is Where Dragons Rule, by the way. That's one of my favorites for sure. Stu said her name's Cassandra. She plays with them. Wow, I gotta check that out, man. I've seen some videos, but I just seen a bunch of dudes playing with them. Ray Freese in the house. How you doing, Ray? Hope you're having a great weekend, buddy. And T-Bird says it right there. Rick Beato said Giacomo couldn't play well enough to be on this show. That'd make you feel real bad, man. That'd make you feel real bad. That'd make me worry. I was like, man, I gotta step my game up. If I ever go on Rick Beato's show, I'm gonna have to be ready for that. Nice and warmed up. T-Bird says, getting closer. We're getting there. Thank you, Stu. T-Bird said, I think the track was off. I was on the same count as you. Possibly, yeah. It was weird. I guess I built the track myself, but the first cut was just bad. I lost my place. We'll see if it's worth anything. Vice says, used guitar prices are so low. Guitar has 10% off until 5/20. Yeah, Guitar Center, they send me like coupon. They send me something all the time. Hey, get your 10% off. Get your 15% off. Like, I ain't buying nothing from you guys. What I do, I go on the Guitar Center used online, and I scan about 900 Jacksons a day to see if they got one of these on there. They haven't had one in a while. I said he got him an American Pro 2 strap for under $1,000. That's crazy. That is crazy, dude. T-Bird knows Giacomo couldn't play my stuff. I would have loved to see it, man. He would have had to slow it down real slow. Right, Stu? Yeah, nuts, dude. Crazy, man. It's sad that people got to stoop to that level, man. Very sad. T-Bird says Rick would do just fine on Rick Beato's show. I think so, yeah. I definitely want to be warmed up. I'd play a couple tracks, you know, for him or whatever. I think, you know, and have it like he'd probably let me play a couple tracks and then just have a conversation about techniques and stuff, which would be sweet. I've dreamt the show in my mind, you know, not dreamt it, but in my mind, I've had the whole show in my mind. Crazy. All right, where was that one song? We're gonna play that one more song, one more metal song, and then we'll crank up the acoustic jam here. I gotta find this tune though. I had it earlier. I think it was called RR Song 5. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Let me make sure it's the one. Okay. Let's do this one, and then we'll crank up the acoustic. You know what? I did a bad thing. I must have clicked the loop button. That felt weird, man. I felt like I just clicked the matrix. I tried again. Sorry, everybody. That was weird. I actually clicked the loop button in my DAW here and just started the song over. That's stupid. All right, one more try. crazy cool song. I can't believe that loop though. That loop freaked me out. I literally felt like I was like in a dream or something. It was funny. That was wild. That was wild. Okay. Hot diggity, good to see you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Great to see you hanging out. T-Bird said, if you notice with the horizontal, you're not getting questions about what guitar you're playing. I know, true. It's true. It's a Jackson. It's a Jackson. It's a Jackson. I'm just gonna have a shirt. It's a Jackson. Okay. I like it. I think it's funny. Like, is that Ibanez? Is that Schecter? What kind of guitar is that? It's always funny. Well, I don't mind. But yeah, but I tell you, man, you don't get so many views. Like, and for me on Saturdays, I don't care what views I get. If there was 2 people here, it wouldn't bother me because Saturday serves a couple different purposes. But right now, there's 244 views on the vertical stream that I do on the weekdays on Sunday. YouTube pushes that, like it's in the shorts feed, so people are doom scrolling. This will pop, a weekday stream pop right up on their feed. So YouTube pushes that. So a weekday stream, I get 25, 30,000 views. These only get maybe 300-400 views. So it has pros and cons, unfortunately. And I try and tell everyone, like, don't do this style of, don't try and make your YouTube business with this vertical or this horizontal. You got to do the vertical. It's the only way to get people to see you. It's very hard on this version, unfortunately. But like I said, these Saturdays serve a great purpose. We have a very tight-knit community that hangs out here. We have a good time, a lot of chat. And then this helps me do my videos for the week because I get a real nice picture for my videos on this one. But I feel you though, man. I feel you. Let's see. Hot diggity, thank you so much. Ray says, Rick, today is my 70th birthday. And by listening to you and everyone here makes me at least mind that I'm about 20 years old. There you go, Ray. Well, happy birthday to you, brother. That's amazing, man. It's great to see you hang out with us too, man. I really appreciate it. Love your comments. And dang, man, happy birthday to you. Everyone, make sure everyone wish happy birthday to Ray today. That's amazing, man. At least it's on a Saturday too, man. You get to party on your birthday at least. That's amazing though, buddy. Here we go. Happy birthday's in the chat. Dynamite Throw, thank you so much, buddy. Hagadiggy says, where's the Voltage Blue? Voltage Blue is a weekday thing. The Saturdays are special, so I break out the premium rare Mountain Dews for Saturday. That's the truth. But yes, the weekdays, my normal drink is going to be Voltage, 100%. Thank you, Indy. Thank you, Dynamite Throw. Much appreciated, my man. Don said he's trying to play along. He said, LMO, it's a Jackson. I know, right? That's a cool song, though. I like that one. It's got a lot of cool changes in it and things like that. It's very cool. Quest for Gear, what's going on, my man? Good to see you. There you go, Ray. That's what I'm talking about, man. We got you covered, brother. We got you covered in here. Cletus says, Cletus Close say, and thanks for the super chat, guys. They say that song was killer, Rick. Can't wait for the acoustic. We're gonna light it up in just a few seconds here. Get these comments and I'll do the switch over. Donald says, I get a lot of guitar players and musicians in my algo. Absolutely, man. If that's what you watch, if you watch a lot of guitar and stuff, you'll see more guitar stuff for sure. I do. I get it all the time. Some of it I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Some of it I'm like, I don't want to see that anymore. It really just depends. But yeah, I get a lot of, and YouTube tries to, anyone under 500 subscribers, and you're putting videos out, YouTube will push those people. In the vertical videos that they do or the shorts, they will push those people even more to give them a chance. It's kind of cool of them to do for sure. So it really gives anyone a chance if you got something that you can do and you have under 500 subscribers, I think it is. YouTube will definitely push you up and try and get you there. Edward, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That's a fun one too. Cletus Glow said they 76. That's right. So you guys are my what do you call it? What is that word? I can't think of the word. YouTube has YouTube has my analytics. They have a breakdown of all the ages that people watch. Where is that thing? I don't see that. I think it's right here. Oh yeah, so the breakdown. So 65 plus years, 8%. The biggest percentage is people between the ages of 25 and 34 and 35 and 44. That almost captures 50% of my audience is that group. Everything else is and what do I get? My female numbers have gone down. 92% male, 7.5% female. So thank you to all the ladies that keep supporting me. I do appreciate that. Man, it's funny. Use VHS right now. I'd say these geek bars, man. I like these a lot. They're less nicotine than what I was vaping with, like sub-ohm tanks and stuff. So I'm trying to wean myself down. So yeah. But I like these the best though. I found these geek bars to be really good, and they last a good week and a half easily. T-Bird says, pretty good group. I was able to get my rants out on my system and nobody kicked me out. That's true, brother. Juji's like, I'm always concerned I talk too much. You can talk as much as you want. You know, as long as it's good talk, you know. You never say anything bad, so you good. Hot Diggy says, nice. It's like switching strains. Exactly. Mountain Dew Indica. There you go. Yeah, I tried that, Feisty. I didn't like it. It's like it doesn't, the picture doesn't look good. You know, and you can see me and stuff, but it kind of looks stupid, to be honest. I don't like the way the sitting farther away. On top of that, then I can't see my chat. Or it's harder to see my chat, because I get a lot of these, you know. But yeah, the way I have it set, the way I sit in front of the camera on the weekday ones, I have the chat like right to the right of me, so I can see it very easily. And yeah, so all you really miss is you miss maybe like the third fret up on that view. I almost had it to the tremolo nut there, the locking nuts. I had it real close to that. But the problem with doing the vertical stream, I have to like set it up every night I do it. It's not just always set up. Like this camera is always set up. My weekday camera is like I have to put my phone on a stand. I got to set it up. I got to, move it around and find the best position. It's kind of a pain. One day I'll just have like a phone set up there forever, and I don't have to touch it. T-Bird says, YT is such a bully, too much censorship. Yeah, they do it, man. That's how they roll, man. They want to keep it mostly clean on here, man. A lot of kids watch this. A lot of kids watch YouTube, man. Probably without their parents' permission, so they try to keep it as clean as possible, but yeah. T-Bird said he did a lot of vaping with the geek bars. He went through about 10 of them within several months. And he knew he had to quit. I feel that, man. LML Man Puraja. I believe it's 25.5. LML 25.5. I might have it here too. Exhibition. Yeah, I got it right here. I'll post this in the chat. Anyone interested? This is my guitar specifications, but I believe it's 25.5. Don says, I can tell when you have when the trolls have bad days or just unhappy, take it out on the chat rooms. It's okay to vert, but you gotta have etiquette. Yeah, for sure, man. And I keep it clean myself. I keep it very clean, very diplomatic, but I will get you back, man. You come into the chat and talking smack, I'm gonna smack you back, man. And if I see you on the street, I'm gonna smack you real hard. They don't even know. For real, I could. All right, let's see. Let me turn this off. I don't want any crazy noises going on. This is always the problematic part. This cord is so... I'll try and drape this over here. Make my life easier. Okay. Trust me, I'm like strapped in like an astronaut with this setup. Okay. All right. Put this in carefully. That's what she said, by the way. Oh. Okay. All right, we are acoustic. Let's see. I'm probably gonna have to play with a pick. One bad thing about getting old is well, for me at least, my fingernails aren't as strong as they used to be. And I was like, I played this so much when I got it, I was just breaking fingernails left and right. Like they were just getting shreddified. So now I probably have to use the pick on this one. Let's see. If I said, let's get this straight, our drugs are bad, your drugs are good. Oh, there you go. The drugs are bad. Let's see. Rick's rocking room, pretty much. It's Rick's. Yeah. What you see, there's more to this room. I keep it. There's stuff on the outside of all this picture. There's like other stuff. It's crazy. Let's see. Quest for Gear says he's 40, but he identifies as an 18-year-old. Nah, I get that, man. I identify as like a 25-year-old still. That's where I came about. What was I got here, man? I got two songs that I found. Where they at? I'll have to figure out which songs I was looking at. I had two of them I was playing with earlier. Let's try this one. I can't remember now. Oh yeah, I think I remember. Oh, we'll try this one. Actually, no, this is wrong. Hang on a second there. I got a bunch of songs. I can't remember the names of everything. I gotta find it out. This one was cool. Where is it? That ain't it. That's for sure. Unfortunately, my setup in here is like a lot different. I have a lot of. Oh, here we go. My arrangement of songs in this particular file is like completely different than my other file. All right, let's see. That is not the song. It's this one. All right, let's see if we can pull this one off. All right, let's give it a shot. This one's called Thinking. This is an interesting song. I only played it maybe once in my entire 2 years of streaming. I actually wrote a small bit of this when I was really, really young, like maybe like 14 or 15. I was at my grandparents' house and I had a piano and I was playing and I came over like the little part, one of these little parts. And my grandpa was like, "What is that?" I was like, "I just wrote it." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." So he had me record it on a tape player. So it always reminded me of that. So I always wanted to make a whole song of that. Unfortunately, I don't think we got to hear the full song before he died. And it was a long time ago, of course, before I had all the gear to do recording and stuff. But it's an interesting song. Let's give it a shot if I remember it. lot of crazy changes on that. Still, that's pretty fun though. I haven't really played this guitar too much with a pick yet, so that's interesting. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's see. George says, looks like a Godin you have there. It's Bonnie. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is the Godin Multi-Act Encore. I still can't believe I got this because it's a $1,600 guitar easily, and the guy was selling it for $800. I don't know. And it had a bunch of people looking at it. People had it in their carts and all this stuff. I'm like, what the heck, man? People trying to get a discount or something, like even more of a discount. I'm like, wow, this guitar is incredibly low priced. And then I kept talking about it in the streams, and people started doing super chats like crazy in one night, and pretty much got half of it in one night. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull the trigger on this guitar because I had the rest. I was just kind of saving up from the money I make from YouTube. And I was like saving up a little bit here and a little bit there, and then the great people of the community helped out, and then I pulled the trigger that night. I was like, all right, we got the money. So yeah, so thankful to everyone, and yeah, this guitar it brings back a lot of great memories for me because I studied classical in college and love classical music, so it's very very cool to have again. I haven't had a real classical guitar in a long time. So it's very, very nice. Thank you, George. Vicey said he identifies as Masters of the Universe. Which guy? Skeletor or He-Man? Or you're the whole Master of the Universe. I feel that, man. Let's see. Indy's got a link for Quest for Gear. Make sure you click on our friend Quest for Gear's link here if you can. Make sure and give us a subscribe. We'd appreciate that. Juji says she identifies as Handsome Squidward. Nice. There you go. Who's that? That's a SpongeBob character, I think? I don't know too much. I don't know a lot of what the kids watched in the last 10 years. Indy says he loved this sound. Thank you, Indy. Quest for Gear says, man, Rick makes that guitar cool. No easy feat. Thank you, bro. Indy's got the links to my PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, if you're in that donating mood for that kind of stuff. All good, all good. Appreciate it either way. T-Bird says, Tesla 5-man acoustical jam. There you go, man. I like to do some Queensryche acoustic. I don't know any, though. Anyone ever seen the Queensryche Unplugged? Like, they literally was on MTV and did Queensryche Unplugged. It was like one of the coolest freaking things ever. Gloria says, I can hear this song being a theme song of some Latin soap opera. There you go. It's funny. I don't know if anyone was watching Tyler last night. Tyler did I sent him like my Fire Within orchestration track. So I didn't have any bass guitars or rhythm guitars or drums. It was just the orchestrations. And he played it. He didn't have it turned up enough, I don't think. It was okay. I guess I could still hear it. I could get it. It was great. It was a great thing he did. But Star's like, sound like an Italian restaurant. I sound like I'm at an Italian restaurant right now. So you got the Latin soap opera vibe, and Stardust got the Italian restaurant vibe. But it was pretty cool. He was killing it though. Sorry. I can't do it. Tyler's so crazy, he plays on acoustic. I gotta work on that one now. I gotta work on that. Who's talking spaghetti? Oh, wait. Judy said, I'm getting a spaghetti western anthem. There you go. And spaghetti sounds good. Actually, now that you mentioned that. Hot diggity, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ray said, wow, Rick, awesome song on acoustic. Hope you play this in acoustic more. Absolutely, buddy. We'll try and play it some more. Cleo says, check out Vinnie Moore, Last Road Home. Clovis Hart said, you're going to love it. I haven't heard too much Vinnie. I've listened to Mind's Eye is my favorite of all time, and the second album, like Time Odyssey, was really good. But I listened to a little bit of The Maze, but I haven't kept up with him after that. He had one that's really cool song. So how's it go? Can't remember how it goes. Ding. Yeah, one song like Acoustic he did on his Minds album was really nice. Let's see, G said, or paying at the end of a foreign movie when everyone is dead. There you go, except for the one guy. There you go. Thanks, Donald. Vice says, the legend of Ken says, did I miss, I keep forgetting to turn my chat correctly here. Let's okay, I didn't see Ken, but Vice got the legend of Ken says, and this is true. Ken went like crazy dropping the super chats that one night. I was like, man, that Ken was a major benefactor that night to push us over the edge for sure. T-Bird, I don't know that one. I can't. I'll figure it out, T-Bird, because I know it in my head, but I never tried to learn it, man. It's a great song though. Hot Day said, there's a dude I've seen use those guitars, way different style. You heard of a Zach Deputy? I've never heard that name. No. Interesting. Yeah, the only people I know that play this is Uli Roth. He plays a real nice one, like a $3,000 one. And then there's a Instagram guitarist named Eve Flack that has pretty close to this one, very similar. And that's pretty much what I was like, what is that guitar? It was like so amazing sounding. And Eve Flack is like insane player. George says, kind of remind you of Ennio's soundtrack. Digging it. There you go, man. I think I got one more in me here. Let me see where this one's at. How's this one go? I'm trying to think what key it's in. I think it's... Hopefully I got the right key for this. I cannot remember. Let me see. Let me see what the key is this real quick. I got it. song. I haven't played that one in forever, too, man. Holy moly. I think that one's called Cold Winter Breeze. I think something like that. It's something like that. Something about a winter breeze, I think that was. That's a fun one to play. Let's see. George says he thinks Larry Mitchell has a similar one, too. That's cool, man. Very nice, man. Yeah, I know a lot of people playing. They have quite an artist base or whatever. I'd love to be a part of that, man. Maybe I should try and send them some stuff. Like, send me some of the new Golden guitars, man. Help me out. Thank you so much, Edward. Appreciate that. Yeah, these are old tunes. I played like electric on, but I haven't played them in forever. Like a long, long time. It's been a long time, but thank you, man. Thank you, Juji. Silly Willie, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Indy's got some info there. Please make sure you're subscribed if you haven't done so already, and share this out and shred the like. We'd appreciate that. Cletus says, Cletus Close says, sweet sound of Rick. We love Triumph, A minor prelude night before. Oh, that's a great one, man. I haven't heard that in a long time, dude. Yeah, man. Rick Emmett could play, man. He was really good with that stuff. Thank you so much, Edward. I appreciate that. There you go. But yeah, this thing's a beautiful guitar. I really like playing it. I don't think I do it. I'm gonna. Since I have it, I said I would do speed or acoustic. I don't know if I can do it, but we're gonna try it real fast. For a couple parts of it, it's how I make you laugh. We'll have a good time. Why not? I don't even know if the guitar is gonna come through. We're gonna try though. Let's see if it happens. All right, get ready for a disaster waiting to happen. This would be funny. That's hard. Okay, that's enough. That is hard. That is stupid hard. I can't do it. Oh my gosh. There you go. I tried. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Thank you so much, Ray. There you go, T-Bird. That's a good one. I think how's that go? That's a beautiful song, though. I think as it goes. Can't remember, dude. But that's a great one. Ingve always come up with some cool classical stuff, man. Thank you, Edward. Silly said, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to have to back it up and listen to the whole thing when I came in late. No worries, buddy. Yeah, I always keep up the replays for everyone, so I appreciate you watching, man. How Dave said Viking metal or something. That sounds good. There you go. Judy said, "Wow, sick. I'll take an album of that." There you go. There you go. Cleves and Close says that MAB's A New Day got to be on your playlist, brother. I haven't heard that one. Yeah, that sounds cool, man. Gloria like that one. There you go. George is feeling the Al Di Meola vibes. Indeed, man. Indeed, indeed. Gloria says, practice makes perfect riff. Oh, that's tough. It's really tough. Zinji, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, that's like there's more because the strings are not as light as electric, obviously. So you're actually putting more. I'm putting more pick action into these strings. Oh my gosh, man, that was like. Like I challenge anyone to try that, man. Go ahead, give it a shot. Yeah, I want to have fun with that at least. Black Star, that's a beautiful one. Let's have it. Okay, there it goes. Where'd it go? Something like that, dude. Can't remember that. I just remember that first part. It's been a minute since I played that one. John said, you should listen to Asleep in the Desert by ZZ Top. I don't even ever heard that one, man. Brian Shanley, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. He's loving that sound. Thank you, man. T-Bird says, acoustic guitars always seem to have a stiffer action with the electronics. Oh, man. Yeah, it's tough, dude. Because, you know, these are, yeah, I forgot. I asked the guys, like, yo, what kind of strings are these? I like these a lot. I like the strings on these. He wasn't sure. He thought they were like, I think they're like 48s or something. I have to look at what he said, but he thinks they're Diodarios. I got to ask my Sweetwater rep. But they're nice, though, for just normal playing and stuff. Yeah, very cool, very good. Hot Diggity, yeah, these are nylon string guitar. I haven't really played one in a long time, but normal stuff's fine. But yeah, speeder, it's not an acoustic. That'd be tough. I'd have to get paid a lot of money to do a speeder acoustic. Jerome says, do you know a Spheric Universe Experience, a French metal band? Their very best was, you know, I've never heard that before, Jerome. I'll be happy to look into that, though, man. That sounds very cool. T-Bird said, I used to use Ernie Ball Earthwood strings all the time on acoustic. Ernie Balls are great. I actually got some Ernie, maybe this is probably why this other guitar. I have a Chet Atkins Epiphone. I put some nylon strings on that. I think they were Ernie Bella strings or whatever they are. And they play like garbage, man. I was like, this guitar plays like garbage now with these strings. Anything else we could try? Let me look at my list. I might have something else. We got a few more minutes. We'll go to we got 10 more minutes here. See if I can find anything. I don't know. This one's a good one. This one, I wrote this as an acoustic song a long time ago. see if I can pull this one off. I don't know. Uh-oh. Still got speeder turned on. Oops. We're not doing that again. No more speeder acoustic. All right, but we'll keep it up there. All right, let's see. nice song. That's a nice song with acoustic. I played it before with electric. It's been a while. That's a nice song with the electric on it, or acoustic on it. Very cool, very cool. Well, I think that's it. I think that's enough for me there. Let's see. Is there a song you can riff for Maiden? I don't know. I don't know. You could do the old. That'd be a nice one. Hallowed be thy name, acoustic. That'd be wild. Don says fade to black. I don't know none of Metallica, man. Metallica's the last band I ever tried to learn anything from at this point in my life. All Along the Watchtower, that's a tough one. On acoustic, no less. Well, I guess Bob Dylan probably did. Pellet, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Indy. There you go, Gloria. Willie says, I really dig it. Nice. Thank you so much, buddy. Edward says, the tune you're playing, it sounds totally awesome with that guitar. Thank you, Edward. Yeah, that's an old one. I actually wrote that on an acoustic guitar. Man, I was probably 24, 25 years old, and someone bought me a Ovation, a really nice Ovation. And I started writing like these like acoustic new age jams or something. I had like a whole tape of this stuff somewhere, but they were like these huge, like I probably did like 8 tracks of guitars and stuff. Really wild. But that was one of my favorite ones. I think it was called Words Can't Explain. Is that one? That one, yeah. Let's go. Words Can't Explain. That's what that's called. Oh, let's see. Hey, Rod, what's up, buddy? He said, where's Rick the Shredder? Yeah. Rick the Acoustic Shredder right now. George said he's digging his first time I heard you play acoustic. Oh, that's awesome, George. Yeah, I usually don't play it on the weekdays. It's too hard to move stuff around. But on Saturdays, we got a lot of time to chill and hang out. And I got time to break it out. There you go. Hey, Rod, good to see you, buddy. There you go, Juji. John, thank you very much, man. John says, Dan, that guitar sounds good. Yeah, this thing is crazy. And it took me several days to like really tweak out the tone and stuff and get it right. When I first got it, I never put an acoustic through this setup. So I was like, man, what I got to do? So yeah, it took me a few plugins of stuff to mess with it, but it worked out. T-Bird says, Nils Lofgren, Keith Don't Go. There you go. I never heard that one, man. Jerome says he'll see Maiden in the summertime in France. That's going to be nice, dude. Very nice. There you go, Hot Diggity. I know, right? That's what's up, man. I wish Iron Maiden would come around here, but man, I don't think they're coming around here. There you go, Juji. Donald says, just saw Maiden last year at the Aftershock. Always put on a great show. Yeah, those guys are great, man. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Warheart. Zinji, thank you so much. All right, well, I think that's it, man. It's been a beautiful night. Again, I won't be scheduling anything, any streams next week. No scheduling of streams next week because I'm on call for my job. I'm gonna try and like sneak on and see what happens. The normal nights, we're just gonna jump on and go. So 10 o'clock, if you're hanging out, 10 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I'm gonna try and jump on for as long as I possibly can. And then we'll do that. But yeah, otherwise there won't be anything next Saturday or Sunday. Next Saturday, Sunday, nothing going on. We're just gonna try for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then after that, I'll be back to normal. So I'll put a note on the community page if anyone sees it or whatever. And there you go. But yeah, once a week, 1 week out of 8, I have to do stuff for my job that requires me to be 24/7 availability. So yeah, it gets weird, but usually it's chill. So we're gonna hope it's chill. There you go, Gloria. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and a great rest of the weekend. I think I'm gonna eat something, donuts, or I'm not sure what I get. We got some donuts. We got all kinds of goodies to eat. So I'm gonna crank down some of that stuff. But you're welcome, Hot Diggity. Appreciate you hanging out with us. So everyone else, thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. It's been a cool night, fun stuff. Thank you, George. I appreciate that, man. Absolutely, buddy. Saturdays are different, you know. Saturdays hit differently, which are always nice. We have a lot of fun, a lot more fun than we can have on the weekday because it's nice and chill and only so many people hang out with us. Evan Kelly, how's it going, buddy? You too, Pellet Man. Have a great rest of your weekend, buddy. But yeah, thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out. Once again, I won't be scheduling anything next week, but I'm going to try to do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at the normal time. And you know that's right, Judy. That's what I always say. Life comes first. And this life always got to come first because that's what pays the bills for real. But yeah, no worries, no worries. But yeah, thanks, everyone, once again for hanging out. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend. And God bless all the people that we've lost for Memorial Day. I hope everyone has a nice day on Monday. Hopefully everyone has a day off on Monday too. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. But it's all good. But anyway, absolutely. There you go, Juji. You too, Edward. Thank you, T-Bird. Much appreciated, brother. And thanks to Juji, Stardust, and I don't think I said Anti, but Indy, of course. Thank you so much for hanging with us and moderating throughout the week because things get wild up in there. Evan says, it says Sunday at 1:32, he's fishing with his 12-year-old boy. That's awesome, dude. That sounds like a nice Sunday. I'm talking, that's good, man. But yeah, exactly, A-Rod, you know that's right. I want everyone to stay safe out there. I want you to be good to each other, and I want you to take care of each other because that's all we got, right? And that's it for me. I will see you hopefully this week a little bit, but if not, it'll be a good week, and we'll see you again. But everyone take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we shall see you then. All right. Take care, everybody.